So we'll summarize the points of power for the last chapter, which we were doing, which was the power and relationships. And then we'll start with the new chapter. Points of power. With every single person you come in contact, you are either giving love or you're not. And based on what you give, that is what you receive. Give love to others through kindness, encouragement, support, gratitude, or any good feeling. And it comes back to you multiplied in every area of your life. Look for the things you love in a relationship more than you notice negative things, and it will appear as if something incredible has happened to the other person. Trying to change another person, thinking you know what is best for another person, thinking you are right and another person is wrong, is not giving love. Criticizing, blaming, complaining, nagging, or finding fault with another person is not giving love. You have to be happy to receive the happy versions of other people. The force of love presents you with a whole array of personal emotional trainers disguised as everyday people, but they are all training you to choose love. You can stick everything you love and want to you by looking for the things you love in other people and saying yes to those qualities with all of your heart. You can't talk about or hear negativity and have good feelings. Life is presenting every person and circumstance to you so you can choose what you love and what you don't love. When you react to anything, you are reacting with your feelings, and as you do, you are choosing it. You can't change a negative situation with bad feelings. If you keep reacting negatively, your bad feelings will magnify and multiply the negativity. If you are feeling fantastic, the force of your magnetic field creates a shield that no negativity can penetrate. Changing the way you feel is easy compared to running around trying to change the circumstances of the outside world. Change your feelings, and the outside circumstances will change. The more you give love and feel good, the more magnetic your field becomes and the more it expands, drawing everything and everyone you love to you. Now, starting the new chapter, the power and health. Natural forces within us are the true healers of disease. Hippocrates, circa 460 BC to circa 370 BC, father of Western medicine. What does it mean to be healthy? You may think that being healthy means that you are not sick, but being healthy is far more than that. If you feel okay or average or nothing much at all, you are not healthy. Being healthy is feeling the same way as little children feel. Little, little children are bursting with energy every day. Their bodies feel light and flexible. Moving is effortless. They are light on their feet. Their minds are clear. They are happy and free of worry and stress. They sleep deeply and peacefully every night, and they wake up feeling completely refreshed as if with a brand new body. They feel passionate and excited about every new day. Look at little children and you will see what being healthy really means. Is it the way you used to feel? and it is the way you should still feel. You can feel this way most of the time because unlimited health is available to you unceasingly through the force of love. There is never a second that anything is withheld from you. Whatever you want is yours, and that includes unlimited health. But you have to open the door to receive it. I repeat, whatever you want is yours, and that includes unlimited health. But you have to open the door to receive it. You know what? We all have small children around in our house, or in close relatives, or it's funny and it's amazing. मतलब मैं कभी कभार ये सोचता हूँ, यार ये बच्चे कहाँ से लेके आते हैं इतनी एनर्जी. I mean, they are so full of energy. I mean, it's their stamina or something, but they are coming from a sphere where they just want to have fun. If we can do all the activities we are doing and come from a sphere that, okay, we're just going to have fun, how different would the life be? हम काम पे जाते हैं टेंशन लेके, बॉस ओहो कल ये टारगेट नहीं हुए, फलाना नहीं हुआ. एवरीबडी डज दैट. दैट्स अ नॉर्मल रूटीन. बट हैव वी एवर फ्लिप्ड द कॉइन एंड थॉट लेट्स हैव फन यार? सी एट द एंड ऑफ द डे व्हाट मैटर्स, सांस चल रही है ना, लेट्स हैव फन. सब चलता रहेगा. If you can have fun with each and everything possible, you will be that child. You will be that unlimited health. That's the inspired action you need to take. And yes, very, 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 very important is be open to receive it. आधे से ज्यादा चीज हमारे पास आना की कोशिश करती है, हम ही अपना दरवाजा बंद करके रख देते हैं. नहीं नहीं, मेरे को तो अभी ये करना है. For example, if you are busy doing something which can be avoided, and if the kids walks into your room and starts playing with you, it used to happen with me a lot. So I can say it from my personal experience. A lot of times I used to get angry and said, can't you see that I am working? Please go from here. मेरा आज से 1 साल 1.5 साल पहले स्टैंडर्ड रिस्पॉन्स था. Now response is different. Kids will walk in, even if I am doing a book read or something, I'll give them attention first. चाहे मैं 2 मिनट के लिए दूं. That is all they are coming for. That 2 minutes attention of their parents. And then explain to them as an adult, I have some work. Your thing is very important to me, but this I will finish in 15 minutes and I'll be back. So I generally say 5 minutes. So now as a result, if Manthan is playing with my iPad and I tell him, can I have my iPad back? 5 minutes. So they are taking it from me, that I understand. But having, taking out time to watch ये बच्चे किस फन के स्फेयर से, किस फन के जोन से आ रहे हैं, and spending just half an hour with them every day, it charges you. I mean, for me, I can say it and vouch for it. If I spend half an hour with, especially Manthan, because he's very small, it charges me for good 15-20 घंटे. It's like an instant rapid charge. Because they are coming from that sphere of fun. They are, full of it. And it's overflowing. So if you go and spend time with them and have the fun, the kind of fun they want you to have, you are charged. It flows. It flows from them to you. All you have to do is to, be open and do the inspired action. It's going to flow. What do you believe? For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. King Solomon, circa 10th century BC, biblical king of Israel, in Proverbs 23, verse 7. These are among the greatest works of wisdom ever given. But what do they mean? For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. What you think in your heart is what you believe to be true. Beliefs are simply repeated thoughts with strong feelings attached to them, like I catch colds easily. I have a sensitive stomach. I find it hard to lose weight. I am allergic to that. Coffee keeps me awake. All these are beliefs, not facts. A belief is when you have made up your mind, the verdict is in. You have nailed the door shut and thrown away the key, and there is no room for negotiation. But whatever you believe and feel is true will be true for you, whether your beliefs help you or harm you. Whatever beliefs you give out, the law of attraction says you must receive back. I repeat, whatever beliefs you give out, the law of attraction says you must receive back. Many people have more fearful beliefs about disease than they have good beliefs about health. It's not surprising because of the attention that is given to disease in the world, and you are surrounded by that every day. In spite of all the advances in medicine, disease is increasing because people have become increasingly fearful of disease. Do you have more good feelings about health than you have negative feelings about disease? Do you believe in lifelong health more than you believe in the inevitability of disease? If you believe that your body will deteriorate with age and the disease is inevitable, you are giving out that belief. And the law of attraction must return to you, clothed as the circumstances and the state of your health and body. For the things that I fear comes upon me, and what I dread befalls me. Job verses 3:25. It's very interesting. We've talked a lot about beliefs in this entire book and how they are being formed. It's said the average life of humans, earlier to this belief that the average human life expectancy is 70, 80 years, could even go up to 200, 300 years. People lived for 300 years. But now the belief is nahi yaar, 70, 80, 90 maximum. Nobody even talks about 100. Thought क्या आता है? यार जब हम बुढ़े हो जाएंगे फिर हमारी सेवा कौन करेगा? I mean, it's there. You talk to adults, they have this thing. They have that belief. Why? Because they've seen their parents. Their parents have that belief because they've seen that. If you stop it there and say, no, I want to live healthy. The book Ikigai talks about this town where average life expectancy of that town is 100. Why? Because they're like-minded people. उन्होंने अपने बिलीफ में डाल दिया कि हम 100 प्लस जी सकते हैं. How do you think a whole town can have a life expectancy of more than 95 or 100? It's their belief. उन्होंने अपनी बिलीफ में डाला ही नहीं कि एवरेज लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी 60 years है या 70 years है या whatever 80 years है. The whole town has an average life expectancy of more than 95. It's the belief of the town. वही बिलीफ जब हम अपने अंदर डाल लेते हैं कि हमारा ये ऐसे होना चाहिए, ये बिलीफ है, फलाना है, ये है, law of attraction says done, tathastu, whatever you give you receive. You know, a lot of people, now again, when we are with using our words and our thoughts and our feelings, now if we are coming from a premise of being consciously aware, like word game, I mean, I'm been following it for good 1.5 years. I don't know, I have this thing, I try to use my words wisely. I mean, and yeah, there's a sad part to it. I try to correct people also. So that becomes one of the core issues of a lot of disarguments between me and Ruchi. But yeah, I mean, we should watch what we are speaking. I mean, hamare words hai, that's the spell we are casting. We need to be careful. A lot of people are, I am very prone to allergies. Now, coming from diseases and the belief, Corona, what is it? It has got so much drilled upon in people's minds that it has corrupted everybody. I am not saying that the disease is not there. The disease is there. Okay. And we all have lost loved ones, close ones, or somebody we know. But then at the end of it, where is that disease coming from? And where is it affecting? It's the mind. You know, I will tell you about a real story about this. My one person who works for me, his cousin, he was on day 12, absolutely good, was about to be discharged. Oxygen levels above 93, everything going normal. Day 12, about to be discharged, was in the ward. Now, this is peak, that second wave, April, May, okay? The person on the right of his bed died. The person on the left of his bed died. That guy passed away in 2 days. A person who is about to be discharged, 93 से ऊपर उसका ऑक्सीजन सैचुरेशन लेवल्स आ रहा है, saw a person dying on the right, saw a person dying on the left, got fearful and died in 2 days. क्या है? You are believing, oh, इसको हो गया, ये हो गया, मेरे को भी होगा. Why is that? You know, one of the major reasons why corona का जो fear hai, it has been so badly propagated. Now, what are we hearing in the last 1 week or 3-4 days? You know, it's a mutant which is very, very risky and everything and all that crap. Because people are buying it. I know of a lot of people who have not moved out of their house since March 2020. A lot of them coming from a premise of fear. Yes, we need to take precautions. बट अगर हम वो फियर को अपने बिलीफ में डाल देंगे और उसको सोचना शुरू कर देंगे, that is what is being manifested. This is a disease. It's there. We need to take our precautions. But at that time, we can, you know, have this small belief. Now, I'll tell you this because I did this. I also had corona. It's not that I did not have. I also got it. Took time, recovered well. But now I changed my belief. One, I am in total harmony with corona. Corona is my friend. Kunnu had corona. He was, I don't know, traveling somewhere and the closest destination was Ludhiana. Okay. So he came down to Ludhiana because he had to be isolated for 15 days. So he was staying in the house. I used to go daily in the morning, afternoon, if I'm home in the afternoon, or at least morning and evening, and just tell him, Hor krone ki hal hai, to make my belief stronger that I am in total harmony with corona. बिलीफ तो हमने बनाना है ना. तो इफ कोरोना इज बैड बिलीफ लोगों ने हमें दिया है, तो वी कैन ऑल्सो से ना वी विल टेक अ प्रिकॉशन, बट वी आर इन टोटल हार्मनी विद कोरोना. इट विल नेवर अफेक्ट यू. हाँ, if your belief falters, chances are it will attract. They say corona comes at a frequency which is very close to the frequency of heart attacks, and that is the frequency of fear. I think 270 or 290 hertz ऐसी कुछ है fear की frequency. So a lot of people during corona who were in the healing spheres were doing continuous meditations of 444 hertz just to be out of that fear vibration. So at the end of the day, हम अगर अपने belief को बार बार drill करेंगे, we can do it for our benefit, for our upbeing, well-being, or we can do it to spoil us. Choices, that choice is always with us. हम जो belief बना रहे हैं, उसमें हमें किसको एनर्जी देनी है और उसको किस डायरेक्शन में लेके जाना है, it's there. That choice we make. So once you are aware of everything, you're aware, okay, it's a disease there, it's a bit fatal, it has its own complications and underlying problems aggravated. Okay, that's knowledge. But belief kyun, dar kyun? Why are we coming from the premise of fear? We can always have this belief, na? I am in total harmony with corona. So जो भी हमारा belief है वो हम खुद बनाते हैं, and we make that choice whether we wanted to empower us or whether we wanted to get us down to the negative fearful zone, anxiety full zone, or whatever premise you want to take it to. The placebo effect in medicine is proof of the power of belief. One group of patients is given real pills or treatment, and another group is given the placebo, a sugar pill or fake treatment. But neither is told which one is a cure for their symptoms or illness. Yet the group that gets the placebo often experiences significant improvements and the reduction or disappearance of symptoms. The startling results of the placebo effect regularly demonstrate the power of beliefs on our body. What you continually give to your body with your beliefs or strong feelings, you must receive in your body. Every feeling you have saturates every cell and organ in your entire body. When you have good feelings, you are giving love and you receive the full force of health through your body at an astounding rate. When you have bad feelings, the tension causes your nerves and cells to contract. The vital chemical production in your body changes, and your body vessels contract, and your breathing becomes shallow, all of which reduces the force of health in your organs and your entire body. Disease is simply the result of a body's not being at ease over a long period of time because of negative feelings like stress, worry, and fear. Your emotions affect every cell in your body, mind, and body. Mental and physical are intervened. Thomas Tulko, born 1931, sports psychologist and author. Now, there are 2, 3 things which, I hope everybody is aware and clear about what a placebo is. You just go to a doctor and instead of the right medicine, he gives you a fake medicine, but you have that trust in that doctor. You take that pill and you get fine. Okay. And I don't know. I remember I posted a placebo ka TEDx talk on I think Magic last time. I'll see if I can find it. It's a nice 16-minute talk.
Right. I even read or I watched a video about placebo effect where two people with knee problems, where knee caps had to be replaced,
हाँ,
where
ये मैं
they did
खोल
a
के बंद कर
surgery.
दी and करी
हाँ,
नहीं.
कुछ
They
नहीं
got okay.
किया and they got okay.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Wherever you put your trust and you go all in, it's going to work. But yeah, what is more important here is what we need to develop on more is, everything is in your cellular memory. Okay. All cells, they have a memory. Now in hypnotherapy, when we are doing the healing also, we are told that each and every cell has healed or something. There's a particular command we use so that the cellular memory does not repeat. Now, we hear about a lot of cases wherein the cancer reoccurs in the body. That is because the memory of the cancer has not been removed from each and every cell of the cancer. वो एक part निकालते हैं and they take it out. But that cellular memory remains. Man cells, they grow so fast. So it's very important to know the intricacies of our body where each and every organ has so many millions and millions of cells. हर एक सेल की भी एक मेमोरी होती है. So see the nexus of memory, goes to each and every cell of our body. But if that same memory can be used to boost us, now imagine the power. सेल हमारा है, उसकी मेमोरी उतनी है. अब वो मेमोरी नेगेटिव बिलीफ में जा रही है कि पॉजिटिव बिलीफ में जा रही है. आई रिवाइज माय वर्ड्स. एम्पावरिंग बिलीफ में जा रही है या डिसएम्पावरिंग बिलीफ में जा रही है, ये चॉइस हमारे पास है.
Arjun, one question: the cellular memory, because I had read somewhere that it carries forward also from one life to the other. That's why most allergies can be resolved through hypnosis, and some problems like backaches and all is what I read.
It's part of the primitive mind, which is a part of the subconscious mind, which is comes from the overall experience of the soul. Part of the primitive mind of the subconscious mind.
So does that come from the fact that cellular memory is basically the memory stored in the energy form of the cell? Because eventually cells also, when broken down, disappear and energy remains. So that memory gets carried forward.
That memory is always there, will always be.
Always there, right.
What happens is, due to certain triggers, the memory gets triggered. Like if the cell has a memory of, say, a cancer or some other problem or any other disease or any allergy, it's not that it's from day one. Probably when you're 15 or 20 or 10, there is a specific, situational trigger or any kind of a trigger that activates that memory. So the memory will always be there. So जो हम memory को क्या करते हैं, हम जब subconscious mind के साथ काम करते हैं, हम वहां पे erase करते हैं, और जहां पे जो बच जाता है, since when you are in a state of hypnosis, the subconscious mind is in a very receptive state. So we go there, work with that memory, erase what is not required, and put in something which is good and beneficial and complete that void. So cellular memory is there. It's just that it gets triggered during the part of the life. That's how the disease starts. The world inside your body. There is an entire world inside you. To realize the power you have over your body, you need to know about this world, because all of it is under your command. All the cells in your body have a role to play, and they work together for the sole purpose of giving you life. Some cells are the leaders of a particular regions or organs, and they manage and direct all the working cells in their region, like your heart, brain, liver, kidneys, and lungs. The leader cell of an organ directs and manages all the other cells working in that organ, ensuring order and harmony so the organ works perfectly. Petrol cells travel throughout the 60,000 miles of blood vessels in your body to maintain order and peace. When there is a disturbance, such as a scratch to the skin, the petrol cells immediately signal the alert, and the appropriate repair team rushes to the area. For a scratch, the first on the scene is the blood clotting team, and they work to arrest the blood flow. After their work is done, the tissue and skin teams move in to do the repair work to the area, mending the tissue and sealing the skin. If an intruder enters your body like a bacterial infection or virus, the memory cells immediately take an imprint, snapshot of the intruder. The imprint is checked against their record to see if there is a match with previous intruders. If they find a match, the memory cells immediately notify the relevant attack team to destroy the intruder. If there is no match, the memory cells open up a new file on the intruder, and all the attack teams are summoned to move in and destroy the intruder. Whichever attack team is successful in destroying the intruder is then recorded by the memory cells in their files. If the intruder returns, the memory cells will know who they are dealing with and exactly how to deal with them. If for any reason a cell of your body begins to change its behavior and cease to work for the good of the body, the petrol cells signal the rescue team to rush in to repair the cell. If a cell needs a particular chemical to be repaired, it is found inside your own natural pharmacy. You have a complete pharmacy operating inside you that can produce every healing chemical that a pharmaceutical company can produce. All cells must work as a team 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for their entire life. Their sole purpose is to maintain the life and health in your body. You have around 100 trillion cells in your body. That's 100 000 000 000 cells who are working non-stop to give you life. All 100 trillion cells are under your command, and you are commanding them and instructing them with your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Whatever you believe about your body, your cells believe too. They don't question anything you think, feel, or believe. In fact, they hear every thought, feeling, and belief you have. If you think or say, I always get jet lag when I travel, your cells receive jet lag as a command and they must carry out your instructions. Think and feel that you have a weight problem and your cells receive the order of a weight problem. They must follow your instructions and keep your body in an overweight condition. Be afraid you might catch an illness, and your cells receive the message of the illness and they immediately get busy creating the symptoms of the illness. Your cells responding to your every command is simply the law of attraction working inside your body. Face towards the perfect image of every organ, and the shadows of disease will never touch you. Robert Kohler, 1885 to 1950, New Thought author. What do you want? What do you desire? What would you love? Because that is what you must give to your body. Your cells are your most loyal subjects who serve you without question. And so whatever you think, whatever you feel becomes the law of your body. If you want to feel as good as you did when you were a child, then give yourselves those commands. I feel amazing today. I have so much energy. I have perfect eyesight. I can eat whatever I want and maintain my ideal weight. I sleep like a baby every night. You are the ruler of a kingdom, and whatever you think and feel becomes the law of your kingdom, the law within your body.